Well, your response to my editorial last night on the international front re Myanmar, Taiwan, Chinese leadership, and the most recent announcement that a Chinese government-backed company will build a $40 billion city in one of the most impoverished areas of Papua New Guinea, kilometres from Australian territory, the editorial has drawn an astonishing and disturbing response. After 15 hours, there are 160,000 views and 1,600 comments. You see, our viewers and listeners are not provincial. They sense a deep concern about Australia's place in an uncertain world. So tonight, I thought we'd seek some informed scholarship on all of this from the Australian newspaper's foreign editor, Greg Sheridan, who joins us again. Greg, thank you for your time. Always lovely to talk to you. Just before we get onto that, you have appropriately written today that the second Senate impeachment trial in 13 months is, quote, another deranged episode of pointless partisan hatred. Now, there are varying views about the attack on Congress by the cretins on January 6th, for which many hold Donald Trump, if not actually responsible, morally responsible. But goodness me, where is this taking us?
Well, Alan, it's great to be with you. I found a lot of good things in Trump's presidency and a lot of bad things. But I thought after the election, he behaved very badly indeed and did encourage extremism and violence and conspiracy theories in his followers. But he has left the presidency. The purpose of an impeachment is to get an unfit president out of office. When Richard Nixon resigned, he avoided impeachment. There was no move to impeach him after he had resigned. The Republicans didn't try to impeach Bill Clinton twice because they didn't get a conviction in the Senate in the first trial. This trial will lead to the acquittal of Trump, but I think it is a poisonous and rancorous misuse of process by the Democrats, who are every bit as responsible as Trump for the madness which has afflicted American politics in the last 4 years. This is not due process, and it really devalues the whole business of impeachment, which should be a sombre and almost sacred process.
Quite. I mean, when you've got a speaker third in line to the presidency who rips up the president's State of the Union address before the whole world, it's a bit rich now to be calling for unity, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is. And these people don't want unity. In fact, they want Trump to be the centre of attention because they think Trump is sufficiently discredited now that whenever he's on the ballot, so to speak, they'll win the election. And they are making it impossible for America to get over Trump. This will convince Trump's rusted-on followers that the system was always against him. He'll be able to say he was acquitted and therefore he did nothing wrong, whereas I think morally he's very culpable. If he is in any sense legally culpable, then let him be tried before a proper, legitimate, genuine court. But I think the case there would be very weak and would fail. And meanwhile, the sensible Republicans, Liz Cheney and Ben Sasse and all the great historic leadership of the Republican Party, which has kept Australia safe because the Republicans have been the party of the Pacific, they are lumbered with having to defend Trump because this is such a wretchedly improper process. I think this is disgraceful by the Democrats.